Out for sale by owners. Yay! My favorite lead source. Absolutely, without question, my favorite lead source. And I want to talk to you about the perception of working with for sale by owners. I want to talk to you about strategies, mindset, everything that's involved in being successful with working for sale by owners. Right. Most point of views that when I ask people, hey, what are your thoughts? When I ask agents, when I ask agents, what are your thoughts in working for sale owners? Many of them like, I don't want to work with them. They're cheap. They don't want to pay the commission. Right. That is the consensus that we get from most people. But what I want to share with you, since I've been working for sale owners for such a long time, I want to say like 20 years of working for sale owners, I can tell you right now, there are three very real scenarios when working for sale owners that have nothing to do with the commission. Absolutely zero to do with the commission. So I just want to share with you these three scenarios that are out there. And the goal really is to kind of point them out. Like when you're having conversations for sale owners, you want to dig deep with them to find out, are they one of these three scenarios? Right? So let me describe the first scenario for you. Right? Let's say my wife and I, we go out, we're looking at homes and we find a builder that we like, and they have a new build coming up, and we decide to purchase a home. We're purchasing a new build, right, from a builder. And typically with these new builds, they're not quite ready right now. They may be ready down the road, like 8, 9, 10 months from now. Right. So if that's the case, I go in and we buy this new home, and our expectations is to close the transaction come 8 months from now. Come home, we get the home ready because we have to sell our house, but we have 8 months before our closing date. So I go to Home Depot, I put a for sale sign on my lawn. I sell widgets. I'm really good at selling widgets. No one knows my home better than I do. So is there anything wrong with what I'm doing? The truth is no, there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing, right? I understand I have a long closing date, and my intention will be at some point, if I don't sell it myself, to hire a realtor. That's what's going to happen. I have no problems with working with a realtor. I just figure I got time in my hands. Now, that's a real scenario out in the marketplace. The question becomes, how do you handle that? And as a professional realtor, let me ask you this. Have you ever had a closing date that was longer than the norm? Was longer than those 30 or 60 or even 90-day closing dates? Have you ever had something that was further down the road, going down, let's say 120, 180 days down the road? Absolutely. We all have them, right? And it's just a matter of explaining that to this for sale owners, that we can do everything that's involved to get the home sold, get them what they're looking for, and more importantly, get them the closing date that they're looking for. It's just that open dialogue with the consumer, with the client. Okay, so that's scenario number one. Scenario number two, right? My wife and I, we call in an agent. Agent comes in, looks at our house, right? Gives us a comparative market analysis. It's like $100,000 more than we thought. And we're like, yeah, yes, you can do this. Good, go for it. We sign them up. They put a sign on the lawn. Nothing happens. Crickets. 3 months later, the sign is gone. And all of a sudden, I'm getting a whole bunch of phone calls from other realtors saying that the home expired. It's no longer on the market, whether they want to list with them. So I turn to my wife and go, that's it. That's all we have to do is just put a for sale sign on the lawn. All right. So I go to Home Depot, put a for sale sign on the lawn, and I drop the price by $50,000. Right? I don't have to pay the commissions. Is there anything wrong with what I'm doing? No, absolutely not. All right. Have we ever had a bad experience with another realtor? Has anyone in this call ever had a bad experience with the realtor? Like on the daily, you have bad experience with the realtors. There are so many bad apples out there, and we understand that. Now, are you that bad apple? Of course not, right? So what comes down to it is sharing with this consumer, sharing with this for sale owner, that there is a difference in the people that you hire. Who you hire matter. Right? Coming at them with that, hey, I'm of service kind of mentality. I respect you. I get it. Had a bad experience with the realtor. We understand. Hey, completely understand why you would go for sale owner. Right? But let me show you our difference. See, that's all you have to do is show them how you are different from the rest, from the norm. Okay, so that's scenario number 2. All right, scenario number 3. This is the funniest one. Okay, so my wife's best friend's mom is a realtor. My best friend's dad is a realtor. My mom's second cousin is a realtor. Basically, we have realtors in the family everywhere. And if I give my listing, if I give my home to so-and-so, well, they're going to be pissed off at me. Right? And I can't have that scenario. So I quietly, don't even put a sign on lawn. I put my ad in the newspaper and I get calls because I don't want anyone knowing that my home's for sale. Because I don't want to piss anybody off. See, that's a real scenario that's out there, right? They know too many people and they're afraid of hiring an agent because then they're all going to find out it's on the MLS. So how do you deal with that person? Well, it's all about establishing a business relationship. It's sharing with the consumer that, hey, this is a business relationship. Now, in real estate, there are lawsuits all the time, right? We're going to court all the time because of a lawsuit, right? It happens. So if something happens with the sale of your home and it's my fault, you can sue me all day, every day. I have errors and omissions insurance. I'm covered. But let me ask you this, Mr. and Mrs. for sale owner. Are you going to sue your mom's second cousin? Are you going to sue your wife's best friend? No, you're not. So we're establishing a business relationship, not a personal one, right? And to start off our relationship on the right foot, I will call up every realtor that you know and give them first dibs to come in with their buyers, give them the first opportunity to bring in their buyers to the property. See, that's all we need to do when working with a client that is having a tough time saying, I know people in the business, right? This is a great handler, even if it's not a for sale owner, just people in general say, oh, I know someone in the business. I go, great. I'm just offering a second opinion. We want to establish a business relationship. So now that we understand, hey, these are 3 real scenarios in our marketplace, having a clear understanding of that, how do we approach them? Now, what I would say that working for sale by owners, you need to up your skills. Okay, folks, you really need to up your skills. It's not an approach that's like calling around a brand new listing or brand new sale. It's not like calling your database where there's trust and respect there. No, you really need to know what to say. So I want to share with you what I normally say. Here is my script. This is a for sale by owner script, right? I have a series of questions that I will go through, leading them up to an appointment. Now, I don't stop here. If I could not close them for an appointment, again, skill-based, I will continue with some optional closes that I would use. So you need to have questions, and you really need to know how to ask these questions before you go ahead and start working for sale owners. If you're wondering, hey, Danny, I like that script. How do I get a copy of it? Well, real simple. It's in my files on my Google Drive that you guys should have access to it. If you don't have access to my files in the Google Drive, send me an email and I'll give you access to my files. It has all my scripts and dialogues in there. Okay. So we need to take time to practice what to say. So I would highly recommend that if you're going to use for sale owners as a lead source, set yourself up with a role play partner and practice the scenarios, practice using your scripts. Okay. The biggest challenge that we have with working for sale owners isn't necessarily what to say to them or what their scenario may be. It's actually just finding their numbers. Who here has a tough time getting for sale owner numbers, right? So let me share with you a couple of sites that you may be able to get some of these numbers. So the first one is if you are in the GTA, if you're in the greater Toronto area, you can go to gtafisbalist.com, right? You can even fill out your information and they'll give you a 2-week trial. That's one. If you're not in the Greater Toronto area, you can go into the FSBO hot sheet. And again, they have a free trial as well, right? So FSBOHotSheet.com. Now, there are other companies, but these two I find is very reliant, and you get a lot of for sale banners. And as I said, there's a free trial. You can go right in there and you pick your area in your free trial. So sorry, moving this around too much. So if you go into your free trial, you would actually select the area that you're in to pick the free trial, right? If not, if that's the case, if you don't have enough for sale banners through these two companies, then why not just do it yourself? Just go into Kijiji. This is one of the sites that you can use. Go into Kijiji and you can look for sale banners here. Look into your local newspaper, right? Even national newspapers. I know it's like who reads the newspaper, but the reality is these newspapers are also online. So all you have to do is look at the local papers, and there's a real estate section, and it says home for sale by owners on it. It actually has a section. So compiling this information, having someone put the information for you is key. I'm getting a whole bunch of questions here. Is this a cold call script? No, it's a for sale by script. It is over the phone script. Okay, Jeffrey, it is over the phone script. All right, and then if that doesn't work, here's a thought. Why not put together a report on how to sell your home privately? And all you really have to do is outline step by step everything that you do, everything that's involved in the transaction, like staging a home, qualifying a buyer, mortgage, every little detail possible. Make this report as big as possible, everything that's involved in purchasing, in the sale of a home. Then what you do is you go onto your website, create a landing page that says how to sell your home privately and save on the commissions. And then have a little blurb in there. And then, if you'd like to get this free report, fill out this form. See, what you're doing there is, I'm not advocating sell your home privately. What I'm doing with that is I'm looking for who's putting up their hand that wants to sell their home. That's all I'm looking for, right? So creating this landing page and then just advertise it. Put an ad on Google, put an ad on Facebook. Hey, we'd like to sell your home privately. Click here. Don't put your information on it. You're just putting a unbranded ad out there for people who may be thinking about selling their home privately. And that's how we collect data, because that's going to be the biggest challenge. So here's an example of a landing page. So complete guide how to sell your home privately in Ontario. I think they put too much information, to be honest with you. I would have put less, more like a summary, but then have this here where they can put in their information and get the free report. In this particular case, they're advertising that they're going to pay for buy the house. But I'm using this as an example so you guys can get an idea of this. This is a particular landing page that you can create for yourself. I think that is key, and you can use that in different unbranded marketing places. All right. Does anyone have any questions regarding working for sale by owners? You can throw it in the chat or just say it. I don't care. No, you guys all good? All right. So just a reminder that tomorrow I'm going to play a video about the lead sources with Tom Ferry, and then we'll discuss it. So that's typically what we do on Thursdays. We'll play a video and then discuss it. Otherwise, if you guys don't have any questions, if you don't have any concerns, if everything all good in your business, then please unmute yourselves. Unmute. Okay. Loud and proud, baby. Loud and proud. What day is it today?
Money-making day.
That's right. It's a money-making day. If you're on this call, it's a money-making day for you. Who do you need to connect with today to help you move the needle in your business? You guys are awesome. I'll talk to all of you tomorrow. I appreciate you being on the call. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Danny.